Hey there, band studs. Today's video is going to teach you how to count rhythms that are in compound meter. So 3/8, 6/8, 9/8, 12/8. And you will encounter this in your lesson book in book 2, towards the end of book 2, and then also quite a bit in book 3 with the different time signatures. So the first encounter that you have with it in your blue book is in 3/8. So 3/8, and there's also 6/8, 9/8, and 12/8. And you're probably thinking, I don't even know what all that means. And it's okay, I'll show you. So let's start with first 3/8. So when you're counting in compound meter, which means that there are 3 eighth notes in each pulse. Normally when we're in 4/4 time, you're going to feel 2 eighth notes in each pulse. So you would tap your foot and you would feel 1 and, right? That would be one beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Everything's divisible by 2, duple meter, right? Compound meter means that everything is divisible by 3. So every time you tap your foot, there's going to be, I'm not good at drawing lines here, there we go. Everything is going to be divisible by 3. So there's going to be 3 eighth notes. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly. So it kind of has that dance feel, that waltz feel. You're going to feel that 3 eighth note pulse in each beat. And we use the syllables like I was just saying, 1, la, li. Okay? In 3/8 time, there are only 3 eighth notes in a measure. So you will just have 1 lolly, 1 lolly, 1 lolly over and over. In 6/8, there are 6 eighth notes in a measure, so you'll feel it in 2 instead of 1. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So really what we're doing is counting the number of eighth notes in the measure with that. So we'll go back to this 3/8 example. So if you had 2 measures in a row of 3/8, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let's do an example here. We've talked about 3/8. 6/8 is a little bit easier to count some of our rhythms in, so that's what we're going to do. In a dotted quarter note, there are 3 eighth notes. Okay? So you're going to feel the 3 eighth note pulse inside of that. So the dotted quarter note gets the beat. Every time that you tap your foot, you're going to feel a dotted quarter note. Okay? And then I'll put 3 eighth notes, and for an exercise, we'll just do this time. Okay. So this will take up all of beat 1, the dotted quarter note. Okay. So this will be beat 1. I'll kind of bracket that. Beat 2 is right here, and this is going to be 2 la li. Okay. So you're going to think 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2. Okay? So 1, 2 lolly, and then 1 la, li, 2. Okay? So now we have our basic counting fundamentals for compound meter, whether it's 3/8, 6/8, 9/8, 12/8. If you have whatever the top number is, that just means how many eighth notes are in the measure. When you divide that by 3, that's how many beats you get. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So this will be felt in 2, right? 2 beats per measure. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 1 lolly, 2 lolly. If this were 9/8, that would be divisible by 3 and it would equal 3, right? So we'd have 3 beats in a measure. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, and so on. If we had 12/8, then 12 divided by 3 equals 4, so there would be 4 beats in a measure. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly, and into the next measure. Okay? So now we have dotted quarter notes and groups of 3 eighth notes. Well, it's not always that way. Sometimes we have quarter notes and eighth notes in there. So we have to think about how many eighth notes are inside of each note. So there's 2 eighth notes inside of 1 quarter note. So you're going to have 1 la li, right? This will be 3/8 notes inside right here, so that's going to be 1 beat, and then this is going to be 1 beat right here, okay? So you think about the subdivision. We've talked about what subdivision is. It means how many note pulses are inside of a note. We're thinking about how many 8th notes are inside of that quarter note. So we're going to think 1. First note of the measure is always 1. There's another 8th note in there, so we'll think la, and then li will be here, right? Same thing here, 1 la li. Here it's a little bit different. It's reversed, right? We have our first beat here because there's 3/8 notes. Second beat here because there's 3/8 notes. So this is going to be 1, and then la. Li is inside of that. 1 la, and li is inside of that. So you have 1 li 1 li. That would be how that is counted. So you're going to feel internally that pulse. So it'd be 1 li 1 li 1. Okay, so that would be that first measure. And I'll get these little lines out of the way here. It can be kind of confusing. It makes it kind of messy too. And then on the next measure, you're going to feel the 8th note first, so it's going to go to the next note sooner. 1 la, 1 la. I guess this would be, sorry, 2, not 1. Okay, so it's going to be 1 la, 2 la. All right, so all the way through it would be 1 li, 2 li, 1 la, 2 la. All right, this is where some people's heads start to spin a little bit. I'm going to add a dotted quarter note in here, and this will take up all of beat 2, right? And then I'm going to add, let's see here, a dotted quarter note in here. So this one would be 1 li 2, 1 la, or sorry, 1 li 2, 1 la 2. Okay? So the biggest thing is thinking about the subdivision. You have to think subdividing when you're in 6/8 and feel the 8th note pulse inside of your longer notes. That's the only way to survive 6/8. A dotted quarter note, you'll have 3 8th note pulses in. A quarter note, you'll have 2 8th note pulses in. And an 8th note, obviously, you'll have 1 8th note pulse in. So there's an introduction to 6/8 time. We'll be diving into that in your lessons and in our concert band tunes this year. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.